Alright, seriously, how fast were you going? This is all fast.
Oh, okay.
How fast were you going?
Sounded like an afterburner on a fucking jet when you went by me.
Really? Hola. Hello. How are we all doing? That's great that you guys are doing well. I'm not too sure how I started this or how I'm gonna start this or what this video is. I'm just kind of starting. It's like 45 degrees out. I know it's terrible, but I'm in that much withdrawal. I'm gonna pop the hood or roof, what I call it a hood, off of the Z06. And as I'm explaining this to you, I'm showing you. That's exactly what you do. Those three things and it's loose. I didn't just break that, I swear. Also, for those who do not know with the Z06, you have to unlock the door and then press that button. But this should, yes, lifts up like that. I'm not gonna do this with one hand. Super dangerous, probably very dumb. What I can do, well, it goes back there. In like 3 seconds, you pop the, press this little convenient button that pops the trunk back there, and then voila, the next clip should have a lovely diamond stitched carbon fiber, white painted, body matched, black vinyl wrapped 3M gloss hood back there. Well, that's a lot of stuff. Let's see if this does it. Yep, my speculation's correct. As you can see, exposure's ridiculous right now. She fits in there and it actually locks in. But then anyone that doesn't know, pops out, pop it back in. I totally just completely pulled it out though. Yeah, what I was trying to show you is that, if you can see in there, there's two little hooks up on that side and that side that pretty much just hold it, and then you have these pieces right there that this little male end just goes right in. And real easily you can just lock it in. And then this closes on top of it, and you still have space underneath. Back there, all down within this area, you still have storage room. And it works really well with having that net set up. I don't have it set up, I need to do that. Maybe I will do that today. Got some quick meetings to bang out, and I'm gonna hit the gym, do some other things, so you guys don't care about that. You care about the car content, so let's do that. Yeah. I'm also gonna spit this gum out because it freaks me out when people chew gum during videos. Yeah. Enjoy. As you can see, well, maybe not see, I just got pulled over. I probably left a little teaser clip in there, or it was in the beginning of the video. I'm about to go to the gym real quick, and then we will explain this all to you. So once we're back at the HQ, give me, well, for you, like a split second, like that. It's like a snap, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try and be as diligent as possible to explain this. We're not gonna do the breakdown on the back pieces, like the other trim pieces and stuff that came with the car. I have them right here. I have them right here in this corner. They're all bagged up, ready to rip. Nothing's wet. That's a license plate frame. These are just, don't ask. Yeah, that's fine. There's some leaves in here. It's okay. It's okay. It's all good. But what I want to do is just go over this little police officer experience, because honestly for me it was a good one. This could have turned out very bad, and I think this is something for educational purposes and also entertainment purposes. I think this will be good to explain to you all, should you ever be in the situation, because I think there are a few key things that I did that will help. Some scenarios where it won't apply. I'll break it all down for you. Yet I must preface this first with exactly what I was doing. So we'll start at this one red light. There are 3 townships involved in here, 3 different township police officers too, because they called it in and they asked me to, well, they didn't ask me to stop, but they asked the most southbound PD that I was heading down this road. I'm not gonna use road names or anything or whatever, just gonna go with the flow here. I was at a traffic light, a red light, and there were 3 lanes. It was about to turn green. I was in the furthermost to the right lane, which is like the, I guess, get around and past everyone lane, but not really. Maybe, I don't know. It's just a lane that merged together. So if you're able to get quick up ahead, get the whole shot, you can get through and you can be in front of everybody, and then you're good to go and do whatever you want. I don't like to drive behind cars. That's just basic stuff. I don't want rocks and stuff to get thrown up. There were trucks and things and semis I wanted to get past. Wasn't gonna speed past them. The people in my lane, once the light turned green, were going very, very incredibly slow. I got over to my left, got over to my left again, legally, and once I got in the final fast lane, or you know, leftmost lane, there was a diesel truck in front of me, and he had stacks coming out. Smokestacks coming out. I had the top off of this thing, as you know earlier. I took it off. I put it back on. Comes on a lot easier actually than it even is to take off. Super simple process. Now these hooligans in front of me, for some reason I guess thought I was some kind of weirdo. Maybe they're just being complete schmucks, and dude decided to roll some coal. I had a thought this was gonna happen. I was prepared for this. Just through orientation, I observed what was going on, decided to move over, and I got around him, got past him, and just started rowing through the gears. Pretty simple. Slowed down, get back to regular speed, we're good to go. Definitely, for all intensive purposes right here, was absolutely going the speed limit. Now because this car's blue, I'm gonna say that's probably why, because they called it and explained it with that being the most descriptive thing, an aqua blue Corvette. There was a lieutenant, and this was the most northern police department. This lieutenant called in that I was driving a little quick, he thought. And when I talk about these police officers, I want to say with my utmost respect, I'm so thankful for police. In a time of need, they're who you call. And there are some cops that make the job look bad, but as a whole, one bad apple doesn't really ruin the bunch. There are a ton of police officers I know personally that are amazing people, guys and girls, and sometimes you do get hit with a bad situation, or even an untrained. Usually it's lack of training, operator error, and things of that sort that cause the biggest issue. Sometimes it's a huge race issue, for sure. I definitely think there are some things that I'm not even gonna get into there, because in this situation, it's not something I'm gonna talk about. I don't wanna get that political or controversial with it. I just wanna talk about what happened with what I did and what went on here. Now he called in whatever, and you'll hear this in the clips I show you soon. Called in whatever he did, saying that there was a car going fast, and then I kept going south to get to where the next place I was going, and another township apparently called it in, and then I got down to another lower township and wasn't even speeding. Saw a police vehicle, an SUV. I'm like, oh wow. I feel like he's gonna pull me over. I don't know why. Just had like that hunch, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things. And and he gets out, passes me, gets behind me. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make a right here, get off this highway because it's kind of a quicker route. I need some fuel, yada yada yada. And as soon as I turn that turn signal on, phew, he lights me up. He lights me up, and I know y'all know that feeling if you've ever been pulled over before. It sucks. Yes, it does suck, very much so. And I throw on my hazards and just listen to the things I do here, because I think a lot of them are the reason why I'm not impounded. It's reasons why I'm not arrested right now. Not that I can't get arrested for a traffic stop, but I'm just explaining the stuff to you as I go. So bear with me and just soak up, absorb information, because it can only help. It's not gonna hurt you. The top was off, so that's cool. My windows are tinted. I rolled them down just so they get a little bit more of a less threatened feeling. The more cops know, the more information you can give them and communicate to them when you do get pulled over by a police officer, definitely helps out. I've noticed over time. Trust me, I've been pulled over a lot, and I've gotten a lot better at this over time. Once you start to realize they're not gonna arrest you immediately, and they're just trying to investigate what's going on and make sure everything's cool and everything is legal and proper, and if it's not, then you get the fine, pay the fine. It is what it is. Should they decide to do that, should they decide to hook you up, cool. But what I'm getting at are things that kind of just help put them at ease, make them feel more comfortable, less threatened, less nervous. Not nervous in a way of like a condescending thing, but just literally like nerves going off. Just want to lower their anxiety is really all I'm talking about, because if you put them in a proper place and kind of just massage them and make them feel good, maybe make them laugh, you're gonna have a much better time. Notice anytime you've been pulled over by a very upset police officer, it doesn't end as well as the one that's kind of smiley and happy and more customer service like than the one that's more Marine Corps drill sergeant like. Instructor, sergeant, I know it's different in the Marine. So as the guy gets out, walks out to me, my vehicle is off, my hazards are on, my hands are where he can see them, I'm not rustling around. You don't look for anything at all, ever. Yet, until they ask for stuff, then you say, I'm gonna get it, and then you get it. Just because you want to communicate what you're doing. I'm not trying to get shot. I'm not. I'm not trying to, that's far from what's probably gonna happen, but I've seen stuff and I just don't wanna be that guy. Next, I have my radio off, I have my windows down, not because I'm trying to hide window tint, because I just want them to be able to see everything as efficiently as they possibly can. I know how that goes. It's getting dark out here. This is crazy. Huh. Yeah. With that being said, he rolls up. I say, hey, how you doing, officer? I'm not nervous, I'm not anxious, I'm not shaky. This definitely comes with some experience of interacting with cops for sure. I remember the first time I got pulled over, you would have thought I robbed a bank. I was just, oh my God, my nerves were going. My nerves were just going crazy. It sucked. And you know, once you realize they're human, like I said prior, they're like you and me, man. It's just their job. I mean, they're just trying to go home and not get messed up. And some of them suck, right? I get it. I got to reinforce that. I'm not rambling off on a tangent, but I just got to say that. So I talked to this guy and he asked me how my day's going. The first thing I say to him, I make a joke about, I think I know why he's pulling me over. It's probably my window tint. He had no clue I had window tint, totally incriminated myself there. And he goes, do you know why I'm pulling you over? And I'm like, I feel like I do, but I don't know. At this point, I definitely don't know. And he's like, well, I'm not pulling you over. I'm just stopping you for the officers who do want to talk to you. 2 other townships called you in, yada, 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 yada. Basically, aqua blue Corvette driving freakishly fast, like I said prior. Yep, it really sucked. Waited about 15 minutes, the next guy pulls up. Doesn't want to talk to me, isn't interested in talking to me. I think by me cracking a few jokes with the first officer and kind of just letting him realize I'm not a danger. Guy asked me if I have any warrants or anything. I think the way I responded, I laughed at it like it was a complete joke because it's just funny. I don't, and that's why it's funny, because if I did, it'd probably be like, oh shit, they got me. And the way I responded to all that, I just didn't have any nervous gestures, which is probably what saved me in the long run. I would be adamant to say that's probably absolutely what saved me. But it's interesting to know that I've almost had a helicopter out on the hunt for me, or this car, because I just had multiple townships coming after me. Now I wasn't speeding, but roll the clip.
Hello there. I thought I'd see this again. Lieutenant McVeigh, how you doing?
How are you? Nice to meet
dude,
you.
you need to slow down a little bit.
You got it.
It sounded like an afterburner on a fucking jet when you went by me.
Really?
I was at the Wawa.
Okay.
Put it out, and you made it to here. I mean, that was a short amount of time.
So you like it?
So this is the guy who was coming for me. As I said before, I think his situation has been massaged by one of the other officers at this point. Just say, hey, this guy's cool, he's not suspicious, here he is. Go talk to him. Now, just to keep in mind, I don't have any police associations. I do have friends and whatnot who are police officers, and I have some cards and stuff, but nothing super pertinent that's gonna completely get me out. It's not a get out of jail free card, you know what I mean? Some of them are. I don't really have anything like that. I have just a few basic things. Which also leads to why I think me just being a human, not being suspicious, being respectful, yes sir, no sir, letting them see where my hands are at all times, telling them when I'm about to do something, not getting out and walking up to them, doing weird stuff that you just don't do. I've seen people walk out of their vehicle and walk up to the cop as he's writing them a ticket. I'm like, yo, stop, don't do that. Hello? Yeah. I gotta say, it's the next day, and I was going to do this earlier in the day, but things got busy, although I can say I did not get pulled over today. Very good stuff, nothing bad, no license plate, bracket, warning, or offenses as we know it today. Yesterday I left you off with that first clip that I showed you guys on my phone. It cut out. I don't know why iPhones do that. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys have situations where you're recording and I turned my phone upside down so it didn't look like I was filming. I wanted to get natural conversation from them. And it just stopped after 1 minute and 32 seconds. It's a weird time to stop. I didn't press anything. My phone has a ton of memory and space. It's super odd. And then the next one, which I'll show you in a bit after I talk about this, it shut off. It started to like cancel out, like mute out audio. Weird. But anyway, what else do I need to say about this? I kind of forget everything I said in the previous clips. I'll go over them, and if I need to, I'll just re-edit the video. But if it all makes sense, essentially what I'm just trying to convey to you is I was human to human with the officer. I wasn't trying to lawyer up. And sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes there are cops that aren't trained and don't know their stuff, and you gotta tell them, you gotta explain to them what's going on. And you gotta explain to them what's going on, because sometimes they are going outside of their boundaries and flexing their power. For me, honestly, female, male, all police officers I'm typically cool with. I normally get a front. I hate to say this, but it's exactly what happens to me. It's just my experience. Female officers tend to give me a huge problem at first. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's something I do. Maybe it's the way I act. Something I gotta check myself with, audit myself, and figure it out. If you're having problems with police, you should probably check yourself first. You should probably audit yourself first. It's probably your behavior. It might not be. You might just get some real dickhead cops that aren't good at their job. I luckily have friends who are police officers who are really, really good at their job, very respectful, very responsible, very accountable. They hold themselves accountable. And that's just a matter of owning your position. So it's getting dark again right now. I've had a crazy busy past 2 days, meetings, other stuff. Just it's been wild. I've also been going to the gym twice a day too, which tends to take up a lot of my time, but that's besides the fact. We'll roll the final clip of after I finished up with the police officers and they came up to me. I just realized my mic wasn't plugged in. Does the audio even sound any different? Just curious if it does. Trying to see if it's even worth it, because sometimes this mic ruins my audio. But anyway, roll the clip and I'll explain to you exactly what's going on afterwards. Before I do that, fully, what you need to understand is this could have ended really poorly for me, because they thought I was speeding. They thought I was going really fast at first. Once we talked about it, and it's not like I was running from them, and they figured out everything was good, the vehicle wasn't stolen, all that stuff. That's kind of the main things we're watching out for. Is this a stolen vehicle? Is it getting rushed to a chop shop? Is it full of cocaine? They're just trying to make sure you're a normal human and not some drug lord or some burglar or grand theft thief. I don't know, a larcen. I don't know. I'm not a felon. Hope you enjoyed the first clip. Let's roll the last clip of what the officer does, and hopefully it's not too dark, because it's getting dark. It's hard to see me. Yeah, that sucks.
Yes, sir.
Here's your documentation back. I gave
Cool.
you a warning for the license plate bracket. There's
Okay.
your license, the FOP,
Gotcha.
and the, or not the FOP, the family member card, and your stuff back.
Okay. Now
That's all
the-
your documentation. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Okay.
The license plate bracket, you mean the, is it because it's covering the New Jersey?
Yep.
Okay. So
right.
just don't have that.
Yep.
Got it, brother.
All right, man. I'll talk to you.
Thank you.
See you later, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, seriously, how fast were you going? This is all.
Oh, okay.
How fast were you going?
To be honest with you,
Yeah.
what I told him, like, pretty honest when you know what I mean?
So there you have it. Again, I was just putting my phone down, but this is actually hilarious. Not stating the officers' names. I'm not stating the districts or departments, whatever you want to call it, that were involved, but it's just so funny because this guy's like being all super professional like he has to, and they have body cams, they all did. Tells me all the basic stuff like you just heard. Walks away, and as he goes to walk away, he shuts his cam off, turns around, he's like, all right, how fast are we really going? And then I had a chat with him afterwards, and honestly, again, the reason why I was able to unlock that, it's like a salesman selling themselves. Wow, it's a lot brighter out here. Yeah, it's like a salesman selling themselves, or you picking up a girl, or a girl picking up a guy. Traditionally, guys tend to go out to the girls, but whatever. It's 2019, you can do whatever you want, right? Really, it's just a matter of selling yourself and not posing as a threat. It's a huge thing. Turn as many lights on as you can. Illuminate the area. Let them see your hands. Let them know you're not going anywhere and you don't have any intentions of running, and kind of make yourself vulnerable. But again, stand your ground when you have to. This worked out really well for me. These guys weren't crazy. They weren't super aggressive. If this was a bad police officer that was untrained and maybe new on the job, fresh out of the Marine Corps and ready to just pump some fucking iron and blow me up, you know what I mean? In a metaphorical sense, lock me up realistically, then I'd be screwed probably. But again, you got to mitigate things. You just have to feel it out. You can kind of talk your way out of anything other than like serious things. I'm not saying you can talk your way out of illegal things. Again, there wasn't like a speed trap. They just kind of wanted to intercept me, and they did. I definitely hit 4 stars on the Grand Theft Auto thing. They almost ripped out the helicopters. The military's not coming though, so yeah, so that is what it is. I just wanted to run that by all of you, and it's getting super dark, so I'm going to end this video here. I can't wait to show you these wheels. More Corvette content, more Porsche content coming soon, so with that being said, stay sexy, and I will catch you all later. I also got a golf cart too. Can you hear that? No? Alright, I'll catch you all later. It's not really a golf cart, it's like a side-by-side. Yeah. I don't know. It's so dark. I don't even need to do this because it's so dark. Later. Crikey, mate. Crazy. Crazy seeing you here again. Yeah, I just forgot to tell you to subscribe down below if you haven't already. Red rectangular button just for your advantage. Helps you get these videos more frequently. Just more advantageous for you. And also, give the video a thumbs up if you haven't already. I forgot to say it earlier. I probably didn't. I'm going to include this in the end anyway. Just for continuity purposes. You feel me? Have a good one.